Nope. 40? Nope. 50? 50. 4, 2, 1. No. Almost there. 50. Yep, that's about right. Now, how do I fix this ugly seam right here? I guess if we, instead of importing our normals, if we just tell Unity to calculate them, let's see what that does. And this one, same thing. Let's just, instead of importing, let's just calculate them. Oh, I know what the problem is. It's in our normal map here. What I'm gonna do is just, if you can notice, well, there's a seam there, but it's not the one that we're noticing right now. It's this little artifact right here. I don't know if you can see it because of that black border there on Windows, but yeah, right here is our problem. So how do we fix that? Yeah, just good old Photoshop. Gonna open it up in Photoshop. Now again, if at any point any of you have any questions, feel free to just type it up in the chat box there. I am reading all of the things that you will be writing there, just as so. If no one has any questions, I will just continue developing this little game. Now again, if any of you are just tuning in and you haven't been here for the last 30 or 40 minutes, basically what I've been doing is I've showed you how to create a super optimized terrain that will work on mobile in VR without using the Unity terrain at all, because personally I believe it's not very optimized for mobile. Yeah, so again, if any of you have any questions, feel free to ask and I will answer them. So basically what I want to do right here is just kind of fix this ugly little seam here on our normal map. Yeah, good old healing brush. And I'm not going to waste too much time on this. What I'm trying to show you here is just the simplest methods of doing this. There you go. So if I just save that, and then I just go back into Unity, Unity will, just give it a sec to save this. Okay, if I go back to Unity, Unity will just automatically fix it. Boom. Alright, now there's still the tiniest bit of seam there, but we're not going to spend all day trying to fix a seam. If any of you have any questions on how you would fix that, I can show you. I mean, even this right here, it's not too difficult to do, but I'm just going to continue on with doing this. So, just to recap, you guys can check out what this used to look like. It was this very, very high detailed. Now this is about 30,000 polygons if you look at it here. And what I was able to do is take that and decimate it down to a very, very optimized amount. So if you just look right here real quick, we have a high detail. Move it to the side here. Oh, oops. High detail and our low detail. See the difference there? That's how you make optimized game assets for mobile. Using something like the Unity terrain, you would run into very, very bad performance issues, and I highly do not recommend you use Unity terrain, especially if you're developing for mobile VR, which is what we will be doing today while I'm waiting for anyone's questions, if you guys end up having any, or you guys could just keep watching me making this little game. I haven't yet decided what to call the game or anything like that. If any of you have any input on that, I'd be happy to take it. But yeah, basically what we did was we projected this high detail to a low detail, and we painted a nice texture onto it. It doesn't look so nice, but it's nice enough for our purposes here. Normal map, and a little bit of a light map, a little bit of ambient occlusion, and we ended up with this. So now that we have this, what I'm going to try to do here is make a type of infinite runner game. Now, what is an infinite runner game? I'm sure some of you know, something like Temple Run, or many of you probably know. Temple Run, Subway Surfers, etc., etc. But we're going to make one for VR. So one of the main ingredients to an infinite runner game is you need an infinite road. So what we did here was we created a mesh that we could just kind of tile. So if I just copy this, I'll be able to just put it up here. And again, like I said, there's extremely low poly, so it will not impact our performance, and our game will just kind of feel like it's just kind of running endlessly, like that in VR. Now, for all of you that are watching here, for all of you Unity Education members, what's up, my peeps? I know this is a first virtual class for you. Some of you have not been able to attend our live classes because our seating is so limited. I promise that in the very, very near future, we will accommodate with better lecture halls and such. I'm already in talks with setting up some proper classes. I have not scheduled any lately. You've probably noticed that the meetup has been a little empty, but that will change, and it will change soon. We will have live classes, and we will have virtual classes like this, and some sort of combination of in between for all of you people that would love to learn. It will still be free, just like how you are used to it. You come and you're going to learn cool things, and be able to see each other, and yeah, it's going to be great. And for those of you that are going to want more than that, we are going to have more than that as well, guaranteed. So, okay, so back to our little game here. I don't know, what should we call it? For now, it's a nameless game, but it's an infinite runner game. Yeah. Anyone that wants to ask questions, there's a chat box there. I'm not sure if you have to be registered on Twitch or not to ask questions, but I don't believe you do. I think you could just ask questions, or you might have to register to ask questions. And if not, don't worry about it. You could even ask questions in the meetup itself. I'm browsing that right here. So any questions that you all have could be asked in here as well. Can there be an avatar? Got our first question. Yes, there can be an avatar, which is exactly what we're going to do in a moment right now. Now, the first thing that I want to do, and I know that a lot of you want to develop VR, want to develop AR, but maybe are having trouble setting up your initial development environment. So I'm just going to show you a little bit quickly how you could do that. Now, I am running on Windows right now. Some of you are running on Mac. Probably most of you are running on Mac, as far as I remember from our classes. I'm going to show you how to set up a little bit of an Android development studio for being able to export to Cardboard. So the first things that you're going to need is, and I'm just going to make a list right here for you guys. We're going to go in here, and JDK. So you're just going to Google JDK, and what it's going to take you, it's going to take you to this first link right here. Download JDK right here. That's your Java development kit. Make sure you get your right operating system, and just a note, some of you Windows users might not know this, but I've had problems in the past using a 64-bit of JDK. So just out of say, if you do have problems using 64-bit JDK, and when you're exporting your Android apps, use the 32-bit, which is x86 right here for Windows. And for Mac, there's no such thing. It's just 64-bit all around. So just get your JDK going. Next thing that you're going to need is Android Development Studio, which again, you just Google it, Android Development Studio, or Android Studio for short. Download that, and that will come with the latest version of Android as well. So download and install JDK, download and install Android Studio, and let me think if I missed anything. I believe that's pretty much it that you need for exporting Android. Other than that, in your project right here, in your build settings, right now I'm using PC, Mac, and Linux. You're probably going to want to switch to Android. We're going to do that in a second. But first, before that, I want to show you something very, very important. Super, super important. You will not be able to export to Android without doing this. You want to go into Edit, and you want to go into, or actually you want to go into, you want to go into Edit, and you want to go into Preferences. You click Preferences, and you click this External Tools right here. Super important. And down here, you're gonna see location for your Android SDK and for your Java JDK. Now, for me, my Android SDK is located, because I'm a Windows user. It's located in your app data. So your C users, app data, local, Android, and then SDK, like that. Now, I'm gonna pull up like a notepad here for you guys to I'm gonna make a note for you guys. Oh, some web code there. So, Android Studio location on Windows. And down here, your JDK is located in Program Files JDK. Now, on Mac, I know it's in like Home and Lib or something like that. I have a Mac user right here next to me. They could probably tell me. Could you just open up Unity real quick so I could pull up this link for all our Mac people. And while that's happening, I'm just gonna go into Build Settings, and I'm gonna switch platform to Android. That's gonna take a little bit to compile. Again, if at any time any of you have any questions or would like to cover any topic, I know some of you are doing the Unity certification tomorrow. I am doing it as well, the one in Brooklyn, Dumbo. I hope to see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of firsts. I actually have the PDF right here of the exam objectives. If any of you would like to review some of these, we could do that. I actually personally think that some of these are actually quite hilarious. Like, explain the purpose of a non-disclosure agreement. I'm not exactly sure how this is Unity related, but alright, if that's part of the test. And define critique in the context of video game development. I don't know what they mean by that. I actually find it quite hilarious that they're putting this in a test, but they're not actually giving you any study guides for it. But yeah, we got this. There's a few things here, like a game art principle. Describe methods to optimize model assets, which is something that I was covering a little bit earlier. Describing methods to optimize model assets. Like one method that I was just showing earlier was the use of normal maps. So I'm going to open this up again, just to show some of you that are just coming in a little late here. What we've been doing a little bit earlier was we were doing these high detail to low detail projections. So this is a very, very high detail terrain. What we ended up doing was we ended up converting it into a low detail by decimating it. And upon decimating it, we baked the normal map. And that normal map allows us to have these beautiful details here that you see in Unity now. Even though this terrain is only about 1,000